What happens when love turns into indulgence? Meet Tricki, a small, spoiled dog living the high life, surrounded by endless treats and comforts. But when his health takes a sudden turn, his owner, Mrs. Pumphrey, must make a difficult choice. Will Tricki survive? And what does this story teach us about excess versus real care? Welcome to the Anime Scholar, where we bring literature to life through stunning visuals, AI-powered narration, and cinematic storytelling. Today, we're diving deep into A Triumph of Surgery, a story that reveals an important life lesson. Sometimes too much love can do more harm than good. Tricki lived like a king. Every meal was a feast, every moment wrapped in comfort. His owner, Mrs. Pumphrey, adored him beyond reason, spoiling him with rich food and endless pampering. To her, love meant generosity, endless meals, treats, and the finest comforts. But what she didn't realize was that love, when excessive, could do more harm than good. One day, something changed. Tricki, once playful, barely lifted his head. His movements slowed, his appetite faded, and his once bright eyes lost their sparkle. Mrs. Pumphrey watched in horror. How could this happen? Was he sick? Weak? Had something gone terribly wrong? Panic consumed Mrs. Pumphrey. She had done everything to ensure Tricki lived in the lap of luxury, so why was he suffering now? Terrified, she picked up the phone and called the only person she trusted, Dr. Harriet. When Dr. Harriet examined Tricki, he instantly knew the truth. This was no illness. This was overindulgence. The dog had been pampered beyond his body's ability to handle it. The only cure was discipline, but could Mrs. Pumphrey accept that? Mrs. Pumphrey hesitated, but she had no choice. Tricki had to go with Dr. Harriet. Was this a farewell? Was her beloved pet going to recover? She didn't know, but she hoped. No fancy cushions, no rich meals, no special treatment. Tricki's new life was different, one filled with exercise, companionship, and balance. Everything he once knew had changed, but change was exactly what he needed. At first, he struggled. His weak body resisted the change. The other dogs played, ran, and chased, but he watched, uncertain. Yet deep within, something had begun to stir. Day by day, Tricki changed. Small steps turned into strides. Weakness faded, replaced with vigor. Tricki found himself running, not just because he had to, but because he wanted to. No longer sluggish, no longer fragile, Tricki was transformed. He had conquered his weakness, proving that real care comes not from excess, but from understanding. Weeks passed. Mrs. Pumphrey returned, expecting a recovering Tricki. But what she found was unrecognizable. The pet she once knew was gone, replaced by one stronger, happier, and truly alive. She called it a triumph of surgery. But the truth? There was no surgery, only a return to balance. A cure that didn't come from medicine, but wisdom. Love isn't measured in abundance. Real love is understanding, knowing when to give and when to stop. Tricki's journey proved that sometimes less is more. And that was a triumph of surgery. Tricki's transformation reminds us that true care isn't just about giving more, it's about giving wisely. What do you think? Was Mrs. Pumphrey's love excessive, or was Dr. Harriet's approach the right one? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this anime-style storytelling, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to The Anime Scholar for more engaging educational content. Stay curious, and see you in the next cinematic lesson.